Hello and welcome to One Thing Queer. My name's Jen Botan and my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Kelsey Wren and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, friend.
What's up?
What's up with you?
Oh my god, third episode. Look at us go.
I know.
Oh my god.
We said we were back, so we're back, y'all.
Back. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
What's up?
What's up? So today I actually got a mammogram. My first mammogram.
I heard they hurt like a lot.
It wasn't that bad. I was actually expecting it to be more painful because when my mom would talk about getting a mammogram, she would say, like, they squish your boob, which they do. And I don't know if it's because I have, like, ginormous titties that, like, it didn't hurt that much. Like, it was a little uncomfortable, but it was so funny, like, having another person, like, literally grab my titty, like, from the bottom and, like, place it on the map.
They don't let you place yourself?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
No, she, like, touched, she was all over, all over my titties. She had a treat today. But yeah, they like squish it like hamburger style and like hot dog style and take pictures of them.
Oh my gosh.
Everything came back clear.
That's good. Good news.
Good news, but that was a first.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. It was like the first time I've ever felt like someone that's not in their 20s anymore, because the receptionist was like, well, this person's 32 years old and should they just get a mammogram instead of an ultrasound? And I'm like, does that mean I'm like old now? No. I was like, the first time I was like, I don't know. I felt like I was like a grown up. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's time for mammograms. But I mean, I am like getting close, I guess, to my mid 30s. And that's when I think they say you should start.
I'm not sure.
I hear 35 is usually like the recommended time if it's like hereditary.
Gotcha.
Which I had a great aunt that had breast cancer. So now that I did it, now I'm like, okay, I could do it again.
Yeah, they had my aunt had breast cancer also, and they tested my mom for the BRCA gene, and she didn't have it. So I think
good.
I was okay. Because I've also had a lump before that I had checked out.
Yeah.
And it was just like a cyst, I guess, that gets like fills when it's like I'm ovulating or something, or when I'm on my menstruating. And then it like goes away. You can't find it when I'm not menstruating, which is really weird.
No, yeah. I had that a few years ago too.
Yeah, so they were like, oh no, you're good. If your mom tested negative, like you're good. But just still check or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want to disclose why you got it today? Or
Sure.
You don't have to.
Yeah. So I'm kind of in the process of trying to get a reduction, gender affirming, and also like my boobs are just way too big for my body and they really bother me. So, I've been trying to get in the process of trying to see if my insurance will cover my reduction. So this was part of like the process of, starting to see if I get approved. So hopefully we find out soon. I have to get a few more tests done and then
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed.
Good vibes. It's gonna happen.
I hope so.
No sweat, friend. No sweat.
I hope so.
I mean, I can't imagine, like, because I have not had boobs, like, my whole life. And I've, like, we talked about in our back episode, gaining weight. I'm like, I have, like, D's now. And that's never been an experience in my life. And I'm like, these suck.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that why oh my God, is that why my back hurts so bad lately?
Probably.
My back has been killing me.
Probably, friend. Especially if you're sitting down too. Like
yeah.
you're like carrying all that weight on your shoulders. when you're
Just
sitting.
put that together.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, good grief.
I'm so sorry.
Sucks.
On behalf of the Big Titty Committee.
I'm like, I used to wear bralettes. That's if like that. Or like sports. Like I didn't have, there's nothing. It was great.
Welcome.
This sucks.
I'm sorry. You've entered the dark side.
Oh my God.
It's
wow.
not that fun out here. It's not that glamorous. Especially in the summer.
Oh, sweaty and stuff. Oh God.
I feel like I have a radiator on my chest in the summer.
Oh my God. And you put like where you like stick your shirt underneath.
Yes. Yes.
No, I feel that.
Like I gained 30 pounds and like none of my bras fit me. And so I've been wearing like sports bras or a binder. But even like my sports bras, like
I just bought new ones.
I get under boob like with my sports bras.
I was still trying to get away with my little B one, and I was like, bro, half my shit is like all the way out. Like,
the nips out.
This is not fucking working. So I was like, let me just Amazon something, because I'm not trying to have these D's for forever. So let me just get something cheap. Well, I've actually found really good ones on there that are not bad. Yeah, they're like no underwire and stuff like that, but they're actually like shaped like a bra, so it's still not a sports bra. I don't know. They're really comfortable though. I did not expect that. Because I was wearing bralettes. I don't want underwear or like tight shit at all.
Yeah.
Like, no thank you.
It's not comfy.
It's really not. And it sucks. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I just want to enter the world one day where I never have to wear a bra. Like, I want really, 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 like, I want my boobs to be kind of like borderline, like, top surgery, but like with a little something. You know, I really want like little ones, and I told Dano, I told my partner, I was like, I'm not gonna wear bras. I'm gonna wear a tank top with no bra. Like, I want to be one of those people. Like,
you're gonna turn into Shane from the L World.
Yes. Yes, I'm gonna be that dyke. That's the goal.
That's great.
I just don't want to wear anything.
That's good.
Under there. I've done it for too long.
Agreed. Same page.
What's up with you, friend?
Nothing. What did we do over the weekend? Oh, we went to this really cool. So I went over Friday to your house to record. Yes. What did I do Saturday? Saturday we just went to go eat, and then Sunday, this is only a few days later. That's why I don't have like a full week of stuff that we did. Oh, I kind of actually have two things. So Sunday we went to this really cool flea market in it was like Upland. It was at Rock Brewing House, some brewery, and it was Punks and Junk Flea.
I saw it looked so cool.
It was like, oh.
Dream?
Yes. I felt like a little teenager again who goes to like backyard shows, and like there's like a circle pit, and like but it was like everybody's adults.
Yeah.
Everybody's like in their 30s and 40s, and I'm like, okay, so we're all like feeling this, but we're also not gonna like do dumb shit. Like, that's really great. And like, they had really good food, and we got this dope like watermelon lime like agua.
Yeah, that looks so good.
It was fire, and it was only $10.
Oh, that's not bad
for all the like chamoy and everything on it. I asked her like 3 times, like, you sure this is only $10? Like, but I realized it's because they look like brand new, so they probably don't know how to like price. They're probably just because they gave everybody taste tests first.
Okay.
And they're like, do you want to taste it? We're like, no, it's watermelon lime. Like, we're good. Yeah. Like, don't worry about it. And she's like, you should taste it. I'm like, okay. Like, we don't have to. Like, I'm like, well, just give us one. So we got that, and we got some food and slushies. And we met this cool girl who makes, like, animal bone jewelry. But she, like, sources it from, like, I don't know, ethical. And I met a tattoo artist there. And we watched a little bit of some people play. It was, like, the coolest. I don't know. I was
sick.
I'm, like obsessed with like little art. I think I said that already.
Yeah.
So obsessed. So I saw that one and I was like, oh, let's go. It's literally like 20 minutes away. It's not that far. If it sucks, we can leave. The parking wasn't that bad.
That's good.
It was great. There was a nice breeze, so it wasn't hot as shit.
Yeah, it was a nice day.
It was really, really cool. And I got a cool from this like thrift it's a flea market, so like they sell all like things they make or things they had. She had this sweet like yellow and gray sweater. I know sweater's like kind of dumb right now, but I was like, if I cut that up, it'll be rad. It was so cool. It was only $10.
Nice, friend.
And Bernie found like cassettes and VHSs. He's been like
collecting.
Yeah, a lot of them. But it was really fun. And then what do we do? Oh, this is not the fun part. I had to buy a new washer and dryer, so that sucked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it was fun, and then like adulthood. I was like, oh, okay.
It's like you felt like a teenager again.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, home ownership, yuck. I know, I'm grateful, but also, ugh. Yeah, it's not that fun. I mean, it could be worse, so I'm grateful.
At least now you have some cool washer and dryer.
Yeah, it'll be sweet. So it'll be nice to not like, oh, did it start? I guess it didn't start. It's been 2 hours. Let me start it again.
Technology sometimes is cool.
Sometimes, I guess. Yeah. What'd you do this weekend?
I went to, let's see, Friday I hung out with you. Saturday I had my market. I did the Manic Pixie Dream Market, and that was really cool.
How'd it go?
It went great, but Eno ended up getting heat exhaustion.
Oh no.
Yeah, they got heat exhaustion. We got home and like they were not feeling good. So yeah, they like puked.
Oh no.
I had to I took care of her. And so that was a thing. But then on Sunday, we had gotten tickets to go see the LA Sparks play, the basketball team, the women's basketball team. And so we went, I think it was like around noon. So we just like took the train to the crypto.com arena. I know.
You and your train.
We love it.
That's great.
I got to use my tap card for the first time.
Oh my God.
Because the previous other times, then I was like, don't pay for it. Because LA is like kind of chill when it comes to like paying for trains. Like there's not always people watching to make sure that you pay. But I was like, no, I want to have money in it in case like we get caught. So
for legal purposes, friend, this is a joke.
This is a joke.
Legal purposes is a
yeah,
joke.
this is alleged. I don't know if that's what that means.
Alleged, no face, no case.
Yes, no face, no case. You don't know who's talking right now. Is it me or is it Kelsey?
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Just implicated me.
I'm just kidding. It was me. I am.
That's our friendship.
Guilty.
It was me. I would never let you take the fall. It was me.
It was me.
That's great. Well, that's fun.
Yeah. It was a good weekend.
That's good.
Yeah. And then what did I do yesterday? Oh, yesterday we tried to go to the library, but we got to downtown and I guess there was like a bomb threat.
Oh, geez.
Like around the streets, so we couldn't even get into the parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
So we just like ended up not going, and we ended up going to the movies, and we went to go see Asteroid City, which is a Wes Anderson film. It was pretty cool. It gave me like a little bit of like Nope vibes because it had to do with like Alien. But it was like very aesthetically pleasing, like any Wes Anderson film.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah. You've never heard of like the Royal Tenenbaum?
Oh, like that. Oh, okay.
The Budapest Hotel?
I'm not a fan of him. That's why that's why I paid no attention to
Gotcha.
Those are not my type of movies.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
For me, it's like a hit or miss with some of his movies. I like do not like some of them, and then I really love others.
Yeah.
It's like very hit and miss for me, but this one was actually really pleasing to watch. And yeah, like the coloring, the saturation of the whole film was really well done. And I really liked it. Was a little confusing at first, but I guess that's kind of like his niche. So I was like, okay, whatever. They're trying to be, cool.
Edgy.
Hipster.
Aesthetic.
But it was great.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right. I guess that'll conclude. Whoa.
Oh, what happened?
There we go. Sorry, the volume was a little down. What are we talking about today, friend?
We're going to talk about, in honor of Cancer season. It's Cancer season, y'all.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about where Cancer is in our charts. Because we both have a little bit.
Yes, just a teeny little bit.
It's a teensy little water. No big deal.
Both our Chirons are in Cancer.
That as well.
And your rising
I have a
is in
Cancer rising.
And I have a Cancer Mars.
Yes, you do.
I sure do.
It comes in clutch for all that Aries.
It makes my whole birth chart very confusing.
Why do you think that?
I think because of my Venus and my Mars, I feel like they're very conflicting and that's like the reason I think I've been in so many relationships in my whole entire life. I've been in a shit ton of relationships. So my Venus is Gemini. So Gemini being like bored easily, needs mental stimulation. Usually that placement, typically people say that like they're not faithful because like you can't like keep a Gemini like interested or whatever. And they like are curious about other things. And then my Cancer kind of like contradicts it because my Cancer loves love. My Cancer is very romantic and like very much like, ooh, I love falling in love. I'm a very much like a love person. So,
Yeah.
Here I am.
Here I am. And it's also your Mars, so it's like your action, aggression. It's like how you're going to go about things like that.
Yeah.
It's also that Cancer Mars is very corked up. That's what we like to call it. My mom is also a Cancer Mars.
Yeah.
And like both of you will not blow until it's time to like burst out of like, you will hold it until it's like, like it's time to like the cork is there for a while until it just can't be there anymore.
And it makes it very conflicting with like all my 3 Aries placements, like my my moon, because like my moon wants to go ham and like be pissed off. But then my Cancer's like, no.
Yeah.
And then if I do blow up, I tend to do it on my own. And Cancers are like that. Like they tend to like, they need to feel safe.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're not going to blow up their home spot. They're very about home.
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. I feel the same way kind of, because also like I know that, I've said this before, that I know that like certain people trigger my like, because Cancers can also be somewhat toxic. They have a very like, they can, I feel like a lot of times kind of not mirror the energy, but really read the energy and like not, it's almost okay, because Gemini right here. I also noticed in the first episode that I listened to today that I talk incredibly fast, and I'm trying to slow it down because a Gemini moon, my thoughts are just too fast for my mouth. So what I was getting at is that I know that sometimes in a room full of people, I can go one of 2 ways with my emotions, of course, because Gemini and moon, but also I'm a Cancer rising. So I know that I can vibe with them and like, we're all panicking. I'm panicking too, because like, I want to feel safe with you guys. I want to be the same. But sometimes I'm like, you guys are all panicking. I'm going to stay calm because I'm feeding off of that kind of. And I feel like the Cancer comes in clutch when I'm feeding off of it. And we were just talking about, so Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the moon has many phases. Obviously, it changes every day or a couple days. So you go through a range of emotions constantly. Yeah. And you could be kind of moody, which I could be kind of moody. Yeah. And we were just reading that about the moon phasing, like your emotions change as quickly as the moon phases. And I can literally go through the entire range of emotions in a day.
Same, friend. I mean, that's my Mars.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It is. And I feel like that too.
Yeah.
I feel like that particular placement is very much like all over the place. Like if I get mad, I'll have like different versions of being mad and like different emotions. So like if I get mad, I'll like cry and then I'll be sad and then I'll get like, it's just all over the place.
I feel like mine too is doubled because like, so the Cancer is also like the crab. So it's like the hard shell with the soft. Capricorns are very much like that as well. Yeah. Like a lot of times they get a bad rap for being hard asses and being really cold, but it's only because they're like, I don't think anybody realizes how incredibly sensitive Capricorns are.
Oh yeah. They're probably more sensitive. They're the most sensitive earth sign.
I agree. Yeah. Being a lot of Capricorn, because I know how sensitive I am. And like, that's why that guard in that wall is so high, because also Capricorns have the unique ability to detach like a motherfucker. So that moment you break that, it's going to cause me to be like, no, I'm done. And I'm just going to like, you know, detach and be whatever, you know, and it's really hard to like come back from that. So I think for me, both aspects are like, no, let me protect this goo that's inside and this softness, because like, I know the detriment that happens once it's messed with.
Do you think the reason why Capricorns tend to detach easily is because they feel so hard or they feel so much?
Oh yeah, like I mentioned before, like it's not that I'm not a music fan. I like music. I just know the effect that music has on me. And I don't really want to be a crying mess all the time. Because even happy songs, I'll be like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Like I just feel...
Oh, friend.
I could just feel it all. Like, and for me too, Gemini Moon, a lot of songs I listen to, like I don't go for beats, I go for the lyrics. So to me, it's really what that person is like saying and feeling. And if it resonates, oh, forget it. I'm puddle. Like even if I'm happy, I'm still a puddle. Yeah. Like, so I just don't really. A lot of reason why I listen to like punk, because it's all just mad shit.
I'm pissed.
Yeah, and it's not gonna like make me cry.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
It actually does, right? I just connected those dots as well. That's why I gravitate towards that, because it doesn't really, it's never really, it's like more political, or it's like, you know, just about like, I don't know, whatever it's about. It's just not about like love songs. And to me, a lot of times I turn it into a love song, no matter what the lyric is.
That's so interesting that you say that, because I'm surrounded by Gemini moons.
Yeah.
My partner, my mother, and my brother, and you. And my partner is the same way. Like, they're very much about like the lyrics, and they tend to listen to like they prefer listening to like hard music, like angry music. My mom growing up, also Gemini moon, Libra sun, went on every Saturday morning, like when she would wake up, make breakfast, she would put music on, but she would put like love music on, like angry love music on.
Yeah.
She would put Maricela, which is like, who can I compare it to? Like, I guess like this is a really bad like comparison, but like Taylor Swift, I guess.
Okay.
Storyteller.
Got it.
You know, way better than Taylor Swift. But she would like sing it, and like she would like the words meant the words meant everything.
Oh, it's a lot for me. So it's funny because Bernie listens to beats. No idea what the words say.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of times his favorite song, I'll like tell him what the words say, and he'll like, oh, really? That's what they're saying? Has been listening for years and has no idea what they're saying.
Yeah.
But I hear it right away, and I'm like, why are you like it's even like other people like, why are you listening to this? Do you understand what they're saying right now? Like, no, how could you listen to what he's saying? And like I'm the only one that's listening to what that's actually being said. So like to me the words of the music are really like, you know, like I really like Stevie Nicks, like just a lot of, I don't know, it's always the wording for me, not really the beats.
Mercury.
Yeah, and I'm just the communicator. That's I have a lot of, also too, like, have a lot of communication. Like, Gemini is also a communicative sign.
It's ruled by Mercury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a communication.
Yeah. It's also, like, magician, anyways.
Yes.
Yes.
I love my Gemini.
I know. I'm starting to love my Gemini. Now that I understand it more and I don't feel so bonkers, because I literally spent my whole life thinking I had, like, split personality because I had, like, so many people in my head and, like, so many different versions of me that I just could not understand, like, how come I'm just not like this or just like this, and when really I'm all of those things because they're all in my head.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're not talking about the Gemini today.
No, we're not, even though I want to, but I'm like, I could elaborate too, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We're talking about Cancers.
Yeah. And I think too, Cancer too, like I was saying with the hard shell and the soft inside, is that they can be very manipulative, and I think in a way, and I don't know if manipulative is the right word, but like it's very like we trust you and you treat us good, and you get like the world from a Cancer. Like you get the nurturing, you get the love, you get the taking care of, you get all of those things. But also like when you start to mess with them, they're like, okay, I'm gonna mess with you back. And like
my god, yes.
Yeah.
My older brother's a Cancer. First, like, this is my disclaimer. I love
This
Cancers.
is our own personal experience.
Yeah, these are my personal experiences. I do love Cancers. Two of my closest friends are Cancers. But just like any other sign, like there's faults for to the sign, and there's like good traits.
Well, it's just stuff we have to learn from, and whether we want to give in or we, evolve.
But something I have noticed with like having a brother who's a Cancer, they love to piss people off. It's like they're trying to like, spite them, and they do it in like the most innocent way. Like, what? Like, no.
Ooh.
Like they love to try to like pick at someone with like and acting like nothing's happening, and that's something I've noticed. And just like a lot of water signs tend to be, from my personal experience, a lot of water placements tend to be a little bit more codependent, a little bit more controlling. I think controlling is a better word than like manipulative. They like to control a thing, and I think Cancers do that because they give their all, and because they give their all, they want to make sure that their all is like safe, and therefore they're like, you better fucking treat me right. I'm gonna make sure you're treating me right because I'm giving you my all.
Oh yeah, and like I feel that 100%, because also my Cap is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be good at it too.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give you my all. Oh, and I'm gonna be good at it too.
Yeah.
So you better be like worthy of it, basically.
Yes.
But that Cancer, like, oh, okay, that Cancer thing is real, because I know me, and I know that if I'm ready to piss you off, I know exactly how to do it. Just like but like subtly. Like
that's how I am.
Yeah,
too.
but like
the Mars placement. Hello.
I know. And I've told you this, that like my kind of, I don't know, like kink in life is like messing with men who think that everybody's afraid of them when I'm not afraid of them. It's like my thing. I love it. I live for it because they expect everybody to be mad. And I grew up in a house full of men. And like my dad is also, sorry, he's like that too sometimes, where he thinks everybody's supposed to be afraid of him. I'm not afraid. And I'm going to say whatever I want to say still. So that's my thing, is they never expect it. And I do it in a way that is like, what? Like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Like, like, what did I say? I don't understand. Because they expect you to be a dumb woman.
Yes.
So I'm like, but what did I say? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And it kills them every time, because they're supposed to be in control and it baffles them every time. It's my favorite thing. And I only do it if it's like maybe it's a perceived wrong towards me, but a lot of times I wait for like actual proof from like, oh, you're not a good human. So here we go. Like, it's just not, it's warranted. I'm just not out like messing with people randomly.
Yeah.
That's my thing too. That's the cap, is my like honesty code. Like, you have to like earn it. I'm not just going to do it to anybody, obviously, because that would be insane, right?
Yeah. And I think for me, having it in my Mars placement, that's, I guess, like my water sign is my toxic trait. I will say, like, because I'm like, every other placement, I'm like, I don't think it's toxic, to be honest with you. At least not anymore. I think I've evolved quite a bit. But with my Mars placement, if I get mad, I will Jedi mind trick. I will also play innocent.
Yeah.
Or like kill people with kindness.
Yeah.
And like make them feel stupid. And that's a very, very much a Cancer thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of that thing. Have you ever, not to bring up the Kardashians, but have you ever seen that thing where Khloe is like, oh, are we going to start cussing now because I'm better at it than you? So do you really want to do that? That's how I feel when that happens. Because I'm like, oh, you really want to play that game? I promise I'm better at it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like,
But that's your Gemini friend, too.
no, I don't know.
You're quippy, though.
I'm quippy as shit.
Every Gemini moon I know, like my mom, my brother, you, and my partner, if someone tries to fuck with you, y'all are so fucking good at comebacks.
It's like a perfect storm, because I'm quippy and like I'm gonna put my all into it, and the Capricorn makes me good.
Exactly.
It's such a bad combo, but like
It's a great combo.
It's a great combo. It's funny because like sometimes when I'm like, me and Bernie are messing around, he's like, it's no fair, it's 2-on-1. And I'm like, yeah, it totally is. Like, it's not fair. But like, that's the thing. Even growing up, I had to be careful with it, because I am so quippy. And if I'm messing with my brothers, or we're messing around, like a lot of my brothers are also Virgos, no offense, Virgos, but like they're very sensitive.
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
in a way that like, they want to push buttons, but they don't want their buttons pushed back.
Exactly. They can dish it, but they can't take it.
That's exactly the word. Right out of my mouth, friend. Like, exactly. They can dish, but they can't take it. So they want to dish it, and as soon as I'm quippy me back, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's a problem.
And then their feelings get hurt.
And then I'm the one that has to apologize. But no,
Yep.
you started it.
Yep.
It is what, and maybe that's where my like little fun in life comes from, is because that's what I grew up doing, is because they want to pick, and if you want to pick, I'm not going to shut up and be afraid.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick back.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to sit here and take it. I'm just not. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just not going to take it.
That's true. Something about Virgos, I will say.
Yeah.
This isn't a shit talking astrology
We're just
sign, because I
talking.
can talk shit about my own sign too.
I mean, I could also talk shit about mine too. I totally, yeah. Like I said, I know that I know that if I'm triggered as shit, that the Cancer can be real, like a problem, and I know that. Like,
yeah, same.
Mine can definitely, and it's also like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Oh my god, my brother does that all the time, and I read right through it, because I'm like, bro,
yeah.
my Mars is your sign. I know exactly what you're doing. Like, you're not pulling it off. You might get away with it with other people, but I could read right through it.
Yeah.
I made that.
Same. A lot of times that's why it doesn't work with me too, because I'm like, I can see right through you. Also, like my personal like superpower is reading through all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So like anytime, if somebody like, a lot of times somebody will say a sentence and like leaves out stuff, or like there's other stuff to that story, I'm like, what is that? Because there's something in the way they communicated that to me that I can hear the extra stuff. And a lot of times I'm like, I can hear what you said in your head. You don't realize that, but I heard what you said, like, because your face says it all. I don't know. It's just something weird that I can.
It's your psychic ability.
I guess so. I'm like, I can see it sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's more to that story. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it could do that too.
Yeah. And my intuition's fucking great. So
It sure is.
it sure is. So, but yeah, the Cancer. I mean, there's some great things about cancers. They're very nurturing. They're very sweet.
Yes.
They're very, I like this too. They're very mothering.
Yes.
And I know that if I'm in the, this is my issues with ever having children, is that I know that I would be great at it because I would be very nurturing, and I would try to do a good job at it anyways. But my problem is I only want to do it when I want to do it.
Yeah.
If I don't feel like doing it, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But you don't get to really make that choice when you have children. You got to do it all the time.
Yeah.
So therein lies the problem, I suppose. But I know that if I want to take care of you and I love you, I will go hard for that.
You do. I attest to that.
Yeah. And if I don't want to, then I won't put in, I just won't do it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I don't know if I'm like a nurturer anywhere else apart from that particular placement, the sex and aggression.
Yeah.
I guess I'm nurturing in sex, I will say, like that. But as far as like a nurturing aspect, I'm not very good at it.
You take care of people though.
I mean, I guess so, but I guess like that parental.
Maybe only when you want to.
It's only when I want to
because
I'm a baby. I like to nurture myself.
That's the Aries.
I want to nurture me.
You want to take care of me.
I want to take care of me.
That's great. Yeah, no, I'm not baby. I'm like, okay, I'll take care of these things. It's fine. It's fine with me. But also, I'm like, oh, maybe I should be sure to take care of me.
Yes. What is something else I love about cancers? Yes, they're very sweet. Like when you're on a good side of a cancer, they'll be like a ride or die. They're very much like they're there for sure. But I feel like it definitely has to be like reciprocated. Not that it definitely has to be reciprocated, but they will
not reciprocated. They have to feel like you're worthy of it.
Yes, they have. That's what. Thank you, friend.
You're welcome. Yeah. I heard it in your head.
Yes, you heard it in my head.
They're worthy of it. Same thing with Cap too.
Yeah.
Like I'm only giving you, like I've said it many times, where it's like you have to be worthy of that inner. You know, I have to trust you. I have to feel connected, and like another. So my Mars placement is Sagittarius. So
I love it.
Wait, no, it's not. I'm lying. My Mars is Aries.
Aries.
Oh, okay. So my Mars is Aries. What I meant was my Sag is Venus. So for me, a lot of the trusting and not communicating, the closeness and connectedness is like Sagittarius have agenda. Whatever your agenda is, whatever your like system of belief is, it's the most important to you. And like you live your life by that. So for me, friendships and like people I'm like involved with have to be on my agenda. Like we have to align in our views or else I just cannot mess with you.
Yeah.
I just can't. And I don't know why. I mean, I know why that is, but it just is what it is. So like that, like the way I trust you is if you align kind of with those beliefs. And like I can hear other people's opinions, but just the people that I want to surround myself with, I want to like have like minds. So that also comes, so that's part of my criteria for whether or not you get closer to me, and whether we like I give you my all, basically.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love that.
I'm like, I'm exhausting.
I was gonna read a little bit of what the Mars in Cancer means. So I'm reading off of my time passages. So it says something about how I most likely, it says you are potentially a rash and a dirt lover, and you may marry early. Did not. But I will say I was
almost.
I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't even like talking about that, but technically I guess I was engaged. Actually when I was like 20.
Wow.
Yeah. You didn't know that.
No.
Yeah. Not many people know that. And then you are likely to seek an active partner, one who will match your own fiery independence, which I found that was interesting because it's in the Mars in Cancer, which tends to not be independent in my opinion. But then there is an independence actually to Cancer because it's the hermit crab. So like crabs do tend to be within themselves. So I guess I guess as an individual, like a Cancer as an individual can be pretty independent, but I think in partnership, that's where it lies. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being biased because I have like this idea that a lot of water signs are codependent. But that's just me. That's just my experience from things I've seen. And then you're also maybe attracted to the idea of partnerships generally as a way of life. You profit from cultivating moderation and objectively in your dealings with others. And then Mars in Cancer gives a sensitive, sensuous, and emotional nature, gentle and peaceful, with a tendency to internalize conflict, which is true.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, so that's where the champagne bottle kind of comes in. If I do get mad, I think I do, what is the word, friend? Compartmentalize my anger. Which I feel like as I've gotten older, it has kind of evolved because I'm not really afraid of showing my anger, although my partner will say otherwise because they always tell me like, if you're mad, just be mad. But I think I don't like being mad, and that comes from my placement. Like, it feels uncomfortable for me to be mad.
Yeah, and I feel like now from knowing you the last few years that like I feel like the cork is shorter. Like the amount it takes to make you like burst is like the time it takes is less, but not in a bad way, in a way that like you're able to like stand in your power more and like not take shit for longer. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that has definitely happened in the last 2 years for sure. But it's not a comfortable feeling for me to be angry, and I think that's a natural nature to Cancers. They don't like to be angry. Like that's, ruled by Mars.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like to be like, I feel like my toxic for the Cancer is the like the manipulation too, because like there's a lot of times, and I don't mean manipulation in a way that's like, oh, I'm trying to get what I want. I mean it in a way that like there's a lot of times where like I know for sometimes people won't do what they should for themselves or what they've told me they want for themselves, so I kind of work around and like, oh, you should do this, and it's more for their benefit, not like, but it is manipulation
because you care.
Yes,
that's where like the nurturing
exactly like, and it's more because of that, but it's still manipulation. You're still trying to make somebody do something that they're iffy about, and not in that way, but like it's just like, you should do it. I'm like encouraging you to do it.
You are a pusher sometimes.
I am a pusher though.
Katie.
I'm a pusher, Katie. Yes. But I mean, I think we all need a little bit of it sometimes, but it definitely comes from a good place. And I know that a lot of times, sometimes I push so hard where I end up doing things for people. And that's my own lesson to learn, that I like can't do that for people. Like, it's not my place. But yeah, I just, interesting.
It's a very interesting sign. I think there's a lot of depth to Cancers. And a lot of different layers to Cancers too. And I think overall, they're my favorite water sign, I will say.
I'm not sure if I have a favorite or anything, but I think there's benefits to all of them. I don't really know a lot of Cancers. I feel like
I do. I think that's why. And like two of my
I do.
Well, like two of my closest friends are Cancers. Yeah, okay. They're like literally like across the country from each other.
Oh wow.
Like, and they don't even know each other, but like they're both really good friends. And then I have a cousin who's a I have two cousins who are Cancers, and they're very good humans, like overall. I do see like, both all the sides to their Cancer.
Yeah.
But as like the essence of a Cancer overall to me is like good vibes for the most part, from my personal experiences, and they are very nurturing, and if they care for you, they care for you pretty hard.
I think like to think of Cancers as like motherly nurturing too, and it's funny, Bernie's sister's a Cancer, and like she's the only person in the world that makes me ever want to like have kids, because of the way her kids are like she loves them so hard that they respect her so much that there's never any like, I mean, from what I see, I only see snippets obviously, but like there's never any back talking. They're really young, but they're so sweet. Her son's also a Gemini moon, and so me and him get along great because we told dad jokes the last time we saw him. It was so much fun. I love dad jokes. But like they're so sweet, and the relationship she has with her kids, I'm like, that to me, when I see that, I'm like, that's dope. I want that. I don't want the extra bullshit, but I want that, because like it looks so sweet, and it looks like it's just love. And to me, I credit that to her parenting, and she's like has a lot of cancer placements, so the love that she puts into them definitely shows, and they're like obviously well taken care of. They're sweet kids. Like, I don't know, it just like she is like the quintessential Cancer to me, I think. But I know that she gets crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know that she could get crazy. I've seen it. Like, I'm her favorite white girl, so that works for me. So I'm good. I'm good to go. But like, it's just so funny.
You're my favorite white girlfriend.
Everyone's favorite white girl.
When we do introduction, you should say, "I'm Kelsey Wren, everyone's favorite white girl."
I'm literally Mexican.
You're literally Mexican though, friend. A little bit.
Just a little bit, I guess. But yeah, I like my Cancer side. I'm curious if people ever perceive me as Cancers, because like we talk about, so this is also something I get different sides of for astrology, is your rising is supposed to be like who you're first perceived as, supposedly, like what you give off first.
I mean, Cancers tend to be smaller, like little people. So I'm like, you do, I guess, because like think Ariana Grande.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, she's a Cancer. Like a lot of Cancers tend to be small. Even like Cancer men tend to be small.
Really?
Shorter.
Interesting. Well, I'm thinking that too, but I've also heard that like your rising is like who you're supposed to become. But I also don't know if that's confusing it with like your North Node. So there's a couple different things. Like I've read like, so the opposite of your Cancer opposite of Cancer for me is Capricorn. And so like I was reading this thing that I think I've said this before. I was reading this thing where like the opposite of your rising is what you're supposed to like quote unquote kill off to become your rising. And the opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. Which is like, oh yeah, I've told myself, I've said it many times, I got to get out of my own fucking way. And that's literally what the Chiron said when we read it.
Yeah.
I'm like, when will I learn? But but I just thought that was so interesting that like you have to kill off that like that part to like turn into who you're supposed to turn into, though.
For me,
supposedly.
For me as an Aries, it's like I have to kill off the baby so I can be like a rational human.
Well, no, for you it's opposite, the Capricorn. So maybe the Cancer, you got to kill off the Cancer to be more Capricorn. Interesting. I think the Capricorn is opposite of baby, though, also.
I know. That's how our dynamic is.
You got it.
I'm like, baby. You're like, friend. I'm like, okay.
In my head, I was going to say, you have to kill off the baby so you can become daddy.
From baby to daddy. Stick around to see the transformation.
Oh, I hate that word, by the way, but...
Daddy!
Ew, God.
I don't think I use that word. I don't call my dad daddy.
Yeah, no. I call him Pops. Like
I call my dad Pa.
Yeah, I just like, what's up, Pops? Like, or I call him by his name. Because it's funny. And like, not even his real full name. I'm not gonna say his full name, but like his name is a shortened version of a longer name, but his name is not that longer version. It's just the shorter version.
Oh, okay.
But I say the longer version.
Gotcha.
Kind of like how it's exactly how Bernie's like is not Bernard.
Yeah.
So I'll use his name as an example. It's not Bernard. His name is just Bernie, but we'll say Bernard. Yeah, it's like that, but with a different name. Okay. But yeah, I do that all the time.
Love it.
Yeah, I hate that word. I don't know. Ugh, gross. Anyways.
Daddy.
You know what it reminds me of? There was a stupid Trisha Paytas in H3H3 did like a Frenemies podcast, and she was saying daddy, and he was making fun of the way, and he was like, she would be like, daddy.
Oh my God.
Or no, she would say daddy. It was awful.
Daddy.
It was the grossest thing every time she said it. So he would make fun of her and be like, daddy.
I mean, I
hate it. I've said it too many times.
I mean, I mainly hear like heterosexual.
Oh yeah,
ladies.
Awful.
Utilizing it. But.
Gross. No, thank you. I can't believe I said it earlier. Anyways.
Well, yeah. Well, that's kind of my take on the lovely Cancer.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Cancer, man. Happy Cancer season.
Happy Cancer season. Yeah. Hopefully you're not in your feels. I've been in my feels for weeks now. Yeah. I don't know if it was like even before Cancer season started, which was interesting because that was Gemini season, which is kind of the opposite. But I've been emotional. Like, I'm like, why? What's going on?
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like anything like makes me want to cry. Like even like happy things. It's crazy. And I'm not pregnant.
Yeah.
Vag, you know.
Got it.
Can't do that.
Yeah, got that. I don't know if I've been in my feels. I'm not sure. Maybe. I've also just been trying to like, let me just like I said, let me just do my errand for every day and like come home and like do my thing. And yeah, like that's kind of been it.
Yeah.
Just trying to be.
Just vibing.
Yeah.
So this Cancer season, embrace being at home, embrace cuddling, embrace being wrapped up in a blanket. What else do Cancers like to do?
Nesting. I don't know if that's a thing.
Nesting, self-care. Self-care. What else?
And self-care like shadow work, y'all, not like a bubble bath.
I mean, you could do both. You could do shadow work in the bubble bath.
You right. Do
you could
that.
journal.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because I always think self-care and I'm like, ugh, I don't really want to take a bath. I'm like, do I want to dive into my childhood? Maybe.
I love baths, but I never take them because I live in a very old apartment complex and the hot water barely comes out.
Oh.
So I'm like, it would take like 2 hours for my bathtub to fill up. And by then the water's probably going to be cold.
I just like, I don't know. I'm not really a fan. I don't know why.
Okay, fair enough.
But it sounds like a lot of work.
I love it. And I think it's good for me too, because usually whatever sign you are, you kind of want to do the opposite to ground. That's what they say.
Okay.
So being a fire sign, it's important for me to like be in water. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I really like water. I love being in water.
You know what it is? I just realized is that I cannot sit still in a bath.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And this Gemini moon cannot sit still. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
I have to have like a video on or like a pot. Cannot do it. Nope. Like,
literally my partner.
I can't sit still. I can't sit in the quiet like that. It drives me bonkers.
Yesterday, going to the movies, my partner, like we got there 10 minutes before the movie was supposed to start. And I'm like, you want to go in? And they're like, no, I don't want to be sitting there. I'm like, ooh, you want a little stimulation. You want a little stimulation in your brain.
You just can't. I can sit in the movie, but I'm like, oh, I'm going to sit on my phone till it's ready.
I love it, though. Like, I really love that placement. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I was a Gemini moon. I'm not even kidding you.
It's a lot, my friend.
It is a lot, but
it's a spiral.
But my Aries likes it. It's like exciting to me.
Yeah, but you're like it because you're experiencing it from the outside, not because it's in your head.
Oh, that's true. I don't like to overanalyze my emotions.
It is incredibly overanalyzing and overthinking absolutely everything.
Yeah, that's true.
It's maddening.
Well, I like being around it. I'm like, ooh, what are you thinking? Oh, that? Oh, that?
Yeah, exactly. But like you don't see, so you get the and that, but you didn't get the and that and that and that and that and that between it.
Yeah, that's true. The other day my partner and I went to Little Tokyo and I was like looking at a compact. It was like a sunscreen. It was like a little Korean store. And like they held their hand to like grab it. So I handed it to them, and like as I was handing it to them, they like moved their hand. I was like, I thought you were gonna get it, and they're like, yeah, but then I changed my mind.
I feel that.
That always happens. They always be dropping everything because I'll be like here, and then like I don't know.
I feel that. I think we like actually grab it out of each other's hands before the other one lets go, so that doesn't happen.
I told her, I was like, sometimes I hold on to things like for extra long because I know you're gonna drop it. I'm serious.
I'm dead. Yeah, there's some days where I'm like super butterfingers like that too. I think I just change my mind mid. If you notice too, when I'm talking, y'all, I change my like course of conversation direction mid-sentence as well. So sometimes when I don't finish a full sentence, it's because I'm already on the next one. And I apologize that it's so disconnected sometimes. And sometimes I'm talk really, really fast too. Like I was saying, I listened to the episode today and I literally thought I had my podcast on like 1.25 speed because it just might. Also, when I was a kid, so there was 7 of us. There was a lot of kids talking at once. And if you didn't say what you had to say super fast and super loud, nobody was going to hear you.
Yeah.
So I had to get it out.
Yeah.
I had to be heard. I'm not gonna get lost.
Yeah. It's I think your combo too of like your Gemini moon and your Capricorns, because every Capricorn I know loves to speak.
Oh, we do.
Y'all love talking.
I do talk a lot.
But I like it because like you have a lot to say. Yeah. I do like it. But yeah, every Capricorn I know is like blah 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 blah. And like I can never like, it's hard for me to step in because what's my Mercury? Oh, my Mercury's in Aries too. So I don't know what that means.
You just blurt it out.
I just blurted it out, but then like I'm also not, I don't think I'm a loud person.
My friend.
Am I?
You can be.
Oh, okay. When I'm excited, when I'm passionate.
Yeah, you can be.
I don't know, but it's hard for me to like speak up sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think for me, I have to make a conscious effort to be like, okay, shut up. It's somebody else's time to talk now.
But it's important. We have a podcast, so it's good that you like to talk.
You're right. But also, that depends on the setting, too. It depends on who I'm around. Because I'm like, oh, if I'm not vibing, I don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
I'm very shy and I don't say anything.
I have been present in moments and I'm like, oh, friend's not having it right now.
Because I don't say absolutely anything. And I just don't. I don't know.
If you're somewhere and Kelsey's not talking.
Oh, no. It's my giveaway.
That's your giveaway that you should step away.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like, it could be any number. It could be the vibes off, or it could be that I'm not feeling it, or my brain is running wild and something happened and I'm just thinking. I'm inside my head talking a mile a minute. Mm-hmm. That could be any number of things. But yeah, I do get shy though until it's safe to come out.
Yeah.
Like a crab in my Cancer or my Capricorn. Was like, oh, let me see. I also tend to like hide those like good qualities sometimes because I don't want to be taken advantage of. So I don't know. Like I'm good at a lot of things, not to toot my own horn, but like I also don't want it to be like, oh, you can do this. Can you do this? And it's like this awkward thing where I'm like, I don't want to, but
you haven't earned it.
Yeah, you right.
No, I've seen every phase of you. Yeah, like. I remember like when we first started this and then like seeing or knowing you now as like my friend. Mm-hmm. So different. like I've seen all sides of you. Yeah. And it's really cool that I get to see that because it's like nobody else does. I'm special.
Very few people get every 17 personalities in my head. Mm-hmm.
And as an Aries, I love it.
Yes, I'm aware. And I think that's why you do get it, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm safe with you. Mm-hmm. So, and you like anyone I'm in, any mood, whoever I am that day, you're vibing with it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay.
I'm pretty adaptable, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I vibe, like, if I'm in an environment where it's like, I'll try to like vibe with the environment. Mm-hmm. And then like, if it's like really uncomfortable, then that's like when I shut off. Yeah. And like I'm a little quieter, but then I'll like try, but then you could read it in my face. That I'm like not having.
Oh, everything's written all over my fucking face. Yeah. I have no poker face. But that's what I love.
That's something I love though. I
just see no reason to lie. I have absolutely no reason to lie. I always think like anybody, there's absolutely no reason to lie. I don't understand why I can't. Maybe that's like some kind of tism or something for me, but like I just don't understand why there's any reason to fake any interaction. Or I think the world would be so much better off if we just kind of like had everything at face value.
Agreed.
Whether it's good or bad intentions, at least I've always said, well, even if you're gonna kill me tomorrow, I'd rather you just tell me. If I ask you today, don't lie to me about it. Like I just don't see the reason. I have no reason not to say what, maybe because I don't usually ever have bad intentions. I just see no reason not to just say what's on my mind, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like everything, and I think that's also with the Cancer and Capricorn, like I'm so understanding with a lot of stuff. That's where I'm like, there's no reason to lie to me. I'm so understanding. Like, oh, bad day and you don't want to talk. I understand. Like, all you have to do is like communicate that. I feel like it's mega simple, but that's just me. I'm like, not everyone's me.
Yeah. I think that's like Earth type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Like, let's think logically about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not Virgo. But for sure, Tauruses and Capricorns, you could read you could read a Virgo's face too. Actually, yeah, you could actually. But Virgos can be sneaky too. I don't know. I'm thinking of a particular Virgo, but it could probably be a different part of their placements.
Or where their Virgo's at.
Yeah, they're like instigators. So maybe they have like a Libra placement. This particular person that I have in my mind.
Not that all Libras are instigators, everybody.
No.
Worry about it. But
No.
yeah, I don't know.
We should do an episode talking shit about our own sign next. Well, maybe not next, but like future episodes.
That's a great idea. Let us know if you want to hear us talk shit about our own sign.
Yes. I would love that.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Maybe in the future.
In the future.
Write it
Maybe in
down.
a few episodes.
Yeah.
From
right
now.
on. That sounds
Okay.
good. All right. Cool.
All right. I guess we'll do socials.
Cool. Please follow us on Instagram. It's One Thing Queer, and my personal Instagram is SpexRayX.
And my personal Instagram is at Jenny Lynn Bouton. I also have a tarot Reiki Instagram called Celestial Light Witch. And if you would like to book a reading with me, go to celestiallightwitch.com. We also have a TikTok called, or it's at One Thing Queer Podcast.
Yeah, and if you want to email us or ask a question, or if you want to talk shit on your own sign,
Yes.
send us an email or a message like so what your sign is, what's the placement, and what you want to talk shit. We'll read it out. If
Yes.
you want to be anonymous too, that would be dope. Send us some. That would be great.
Or like send us why you hate or love a particular sign.
That could work too. All of the above.
Yeah.
Do that. That would be so much
I would
fun.
love to like read those out for an episode.
Ah, rad. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's onethingqueer@gmail.com. My bad.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of One Thing Queer. Make sure to tune in next Tuesday for a whole new show.
Yeah. And we'll see you then.
We'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Music by Jacody Lamone. Produced by Kelsey Wren and Jenny Baton. Edited by Jenny Baton.